What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Recapping Euphoria, Hitting the Field. I am your host, Alex Funderburke. We're going to have a great show for you today. Fortunately, we're not going to be recapping Euphoria. We should, though. We'll be talking about NBA's All-Star Weekend and why it just isn't what it used to be anymore, as well as the Olympics that just came to an end. You won't want to miss it. Hitting the Field starts now.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated chance, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back, okay? Always locked in, now I don't got time to lax. Saying he the best, he could take a lap. Batted 1,000 when you check the stats. Boy, is you ready? You ain't gotta ask.
All-Star Weekend has lost some of its luster, but they might have stumbled upon a cool new format in the Rising Stars Challenge. I am now joined by Grant Wheeler, Johan Blanco, Gadiel Cartagena, he's famous, to talk all about it. Gentlemen, how are we doing today? Johan, I'm going to throw it to you first.
I'm groovy, baby.
Always. Gadiel, how are you?
I'm not famous. I don't know why you lied to the people.
He's famous.
I had Lucky Charms this morning, though, so I'm doing great.
Way less groovy than Johan.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're all less groovy than Johan. I mean, this is Bad Bunny himself over here. But Gadiel, I want to throw it to you first because, you know, like you said, the NBA might have stumbled upon a really cool new format with the Rising Stars Challenge. Just tell the world about the format and what you liked about it.
Okay, world. Let me learn you something today. So let's talk about the Rising Stars format. This is something that they've struggled in the past. It was literally just like one-on-one three-point shootout type vibes when you were playing in the Rising Stars in the past. And now, when you look at what they did, they have 4 different teams, and it's an elim ending, which means they play to a certain score. There's no time at all, no time frame. They literally just play until 50 points in the first round, and then once you win that round, the 2 teams that make it to the finals, they play till 25. So as you get closer to that threshold, it starts to get really intense. So you saw almost playoff caliber basketball for pretty much a full hour, which does not happen on the Friday of an All-Star weekend. So just seeing all of that, seeing the rookies just really showing out, the young guys, like this next generation, it looks pretty promising from what we saw. I think they might have struck gold. It was, in my opinion, bar none, the best event of All-Star Weekend. I really loved watching it.
No, for sure. And I think the world kind of got to see Cunningham for like the first time because he is on that terrible Piston squad. But Johan, I want to throw it to you. What did you think about Cunningham's performance? I mean, he won MVP.
I mean, to be honest, I kind of already knew this going in. I mean, granted, he did have a slow start going into the season because he was coming off injury, but we already knew that he was consensus the best player coming out of this draft. I mean, he does everything well. I mean, even coming out of high school, he had an NBA build already. He knows how to shoot from the 3. He knows how to shoot from the perimeter. He knows how to drive it in strong. He's physical. He's a mismatch for any point guard in the NBA right now. And, you know, once he develops more and once he gains more experience in the NBA, he's going to be dominant.
Grant, is Detroit the right place for Cunningham?
No, Detroit is not the right place for Cunningham. They are a poverty franchise right now, the Detroit Pistons. They're one of the worst teams in the league, if not the worst team in the league. Cunningham deserves way better. The first overall pick out of Oklahoma State, come on, he needs to be playing for a contender.
That's one of the actually, no, you're wrong because I think Detroit's probably the best place because he's going to get the green light there and he's able to be the floor general there.
Bingo.
They've been bad for years, Detroit, though.
No, but Cade Cunningham will be the leader, and kind of how Trae Young is, he will be able to control the team in his direction.
But how are the Hawks playing right now, though?
They're about to be in the play-in, so they're going to be in the playoffs.
I know, but last year they're in the conference finals, so they're kind of regressing.
I think Cade Cunningham's situation is similar, obviously way different player. Cade Cunningham is significantly better than the player I'm about to say. But it's very similar to Kevin Knox's situation his rookie year.
Oh my
His rookie year, they let him play and make all the mistakes he wanted. And then his sophomore year, they just stopped playing him. And that's why he stopped developing. But you saw his rookie year, he kind of started developing because he got to play 30-plus minutes a game and make every mistake in the world. And I think that's why Detroit's a good place for Cade, because he can make those mistakes. But if he was on, like, the Warriors, the Suns, he's not going to be allowed to make those mistakes.
Look at James Wiseman right now.
Yeah.
Didn't have free reign, had to learn how to play with a superstar early on. It's not an easy job. So
Yeah.
I actually disagree with Grant. I think Cade is in a really good spot. And if you add like 1 or 2 young pieces that hit, like if you drafted Jaden Ivey out of Purdue,
Did you see that
Detroit's
dunk
cooking a
Jaden
little
Ivey
bit.
had last night?
Yes.
I feel like if Cade was on someone else besides the Pistons, then yes. But the Pistons, they just haven't been able to get it done for many years now. They've been bad since like the late 2000s.
I got a feeling that if anyone's going to turn that franchise
Cade.
around, I think it's Cade. Cade seems to like it up there. But I want to jump to the three-point contest. Johan, the bet you should have bet your life savings on hit. Karl-Anthony Towns won it, and you didn't bet on it.
Me and Gadiel were talking about this while we were hitting legs on Saturday. We were like, oh, dude, if we bet 100, we get 1,200 back. And we were like, oh, dude, sounds stupid, but might as well do it. Problem is, I didn't have any more money because I betted 3 times already and I lost twice, so I'm kind of down financially. But
Hold on. For $1 a day, you can fund Johan Blanco's betting habits.
hi, I'm Johan Blanco, gambling addict. But recovering now.
Rehab.
But one thing that Gadiel was saying about Karl-Anthony Towns was his shooting form and how he's very low to the ground with his shooting, so he was able to recover in a split second. And in that three-point contest, a split second's crucial in terms of getting shots up, in terms of getting your groove on and stuff like that. That's why Luke Kennard was struggling in the final round because he was jumping so forward and he had to reset and he was not able to get into shooting form right away. And I think that overall, I mean, we really shouldn't be surprised. I mean, he has been shooting over 40% from 3 this season. So I think, good for him.
Yeah, no, Grant, what was your takeaway from Cat winning it?
I'm not surprised because Cat, I mean, throughout most of his career, he's always been kind of like a good outside shooter. So like even like at Kentucky, he was hitting mid-range shots then. So now as a full developed pro, we shouldn't be surprised by his productivity beyond the arc.
No, for sure. Gadiel, were you expecting Cat to win or?
I wasn't expecting it, honestly. I thought it was going to be Fred VanVleet because, like Johan pointed out, that ability to not have to jump is huge. And both of those guys, VanVleet in specific, really just does not jump at all. It's a set shot, just catches the ball, doesn't really have to do anything with his feet, doesn't get off the ground, really easy to reset, and the fatigue, it really helps. But I guess Fred VanVleet just couldn't get it done. Cat did. But he's a great shooter. Shout out Cameron. I know he was happy to see one of his Minnesota Timberwolves doing well.
It's Cameron's first championship in like forever.
Do you think it helps that Cat is 6'11"?
Not
think
really,
that
honestly.
hurts.
I think it makes it a little bit more difficult
Yeah.
just because the taller guys, they just have trouble shooting for some reason. But he's proven his shot form is beautiful. He's a great shooter, and he showed out. Credit to him.
No, for sure. And all right, we're going to jump into the dunk contest here, and I think I have kind of a hot take about the dunk contest. Everyone says it sucks. I don't think it sucks. I think that Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon just set such a high bar that if we don't reach that bar, it sucks. Like, I get it. People were missing dunks and all that.
Yeah.
But hey, my Knicks got their first championship since the 70s. So, hey, go Knicks. Go Obi. Obi Toppin won the dunk contest, and I'm very happy about that. Johan, what's your takeaway?
Yeah, say what you want about the dunk contest, but that thing was terrible. That was probably the most entertaining dunk contest I've watched in recent history. I mean, nobody scored a 50. That's one thing. 2, the most creative dunk was Cole Anthony going in Tim's, messing up his ankles.
The Magic were
rupturing his Achilles.
freaking out seeing that.
Exactly. He can't dunk no more. He's doing layups for the rest of the season. He is hurting. Ice up, buddy. But it's not only that, it's the fact that Jalen Green took 30 attempts each time to get his dunk successful, which they
While
weren't even
promoting NFTs.
while promoting NFTs and having someone give back his chain because he did so bad. The fact that a judge had to go like, here, buddy, take this back, you know that it was not that flashy. And then Juan Toscano Anderson, I mean, he tried to do the Vince Carter where he just tried to put his elbow
Got
in.
his wrist in it.
But he got his wrist and he was like, boop. Because he had no hops like that. It's just so embarrassing. Like, just the most it wasn't bad. It was just uneventful.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't a great dunk contest by any means, but I feel like every year people are saying, oh, the dunk contest sucked. And I think that's just because of Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon.
2 years ago, Aaron
Yeah.
Gordon.
Well, this one was just boring. This was
Yeah,
just
no,
really
for
boring.
sure. This was definitely the worst in recent memory. But Gaudio, what's your take on the dunk contest? Is it bad, or is it just we had such a high bar set for us, now everything else is
I
disappointing?
think it's a little bit of both, right? Like, to your point, like, yes, that bar that was set by Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon was unbelievable. The two transcendent dunkers, honestly, some of the best of our time. But at the same time, humans are limited in what they can do. Like, you can only do this many dunks on a stage for, the last 40 years and expect there to be some creativity. Right. So they're trying to do creative things. Jalen Green maybe on the worst side of that, promoting NFTs, just looking stupid and trying to dunk 10 times. I would like to see them add another event, maybe something that showcases more of like actual basketball. So like a one-on-one challenge, pick like 5 players or 6 players to do a tournament.
You want
I
to
think
add?
that'd be beautiful.
You want to add like a layup challenge? That would be cool.
just add-
That's pretty much what we got this weekend anyway.
Yeah.
Just
pretty much.
add better dunkers, Ja Morant. I know LeBron James is in his 19th year, but add LeBron James next year.
It is tough to get those players because of the whole injury liability, though.
It's
Like that's
really
why
tough.
The most willing players are the role players because they want to get their
Right.
names out
That
there.
is
Like Derek
true.
Jones Jr. Juan Toscano Anderson this year. Like those guys are chomping at the bit to get out there. But the highly touted players, it's tough to get.
I would love to see LeBron versus Morant dunk off.
Yeah, no. So that leads into my next question here. If you had to pick 4 people, each of you, I'm gonna come to each of you. I'm gonna start with you, Johan.
Oh, okay.
4 people in your like ideal dunk contest. Who would that be?
All right. So my first one, if I had to pick 4, my first one's Donovan Mitchell. What he did in 2018, probably one of the most impressive dunk contests or dunk showings. And it was really consistent. He's very consistent and he's very explosive. Second one, probably Zach LaVine, obviously. I mean, he just jumps very gracefully and he's able to.
He doesn't jump, he floats.
Exactly. He floats and somehow he has this elegance to him that's also very powerful when he dunks. Third, I would go Aaron Gordon, obviously, because everything he does, he just makes it look impossible because it looks impossible to him. He looks like he's struggling when he's doing these dunks, which he should be because they're nearly impossible. And then fourth, I would have to go Ja Morant. I mean, Ja Morant has hops for days. I mean, you saw what he did last night with all them alleys. His hang time is insane, and he said 10-foot rim's not enough. Maybe go for 12, maybe even 14. Who knows? But if I had to pick,
bring out a 14-foot rim in a dunk contest next year, yes, please.
That sounds good to me.
Gadiel, your ideal dunk contest.
No, I have to say it's really just 4 people come to mind. It would be Johan Blanco, Gadiel Cartagena, Grant Wheeler, and Alex Funderburke. Just
Yes.
give me those 4. Lower the hoops a little bit. Put it 7 feet.
Yeah, 7
and
feet.
Let's see what we
7
can do.
feet, and
Let's see
we
what
can have some
do.
fun.
I'm 5'5", so put it like
I think it'd
6
be very
feet,
entertaining.
so I can get some creativity.
Yeah, 7 feet, 6 feet rim. Yeah, we're going crazy on it. Grant, ideal dunk contest.
Ja Morant, LeBron James, Aaron Gordon, and I forgot his name. Zach LaVine.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Grant. I do not want to see LeBron in a dunk contest.
I don't either.
I want to see. I didn't think about Donovan Mitchell until Johan said it, but I'm gonna throw him in there. Donovan Mitchell, Ja Morant, Zion Williamson when he's healthy.
Yeah, when he's healthy.
When he's healthy, and Zach LaVine fourth. I think that'd be a really.
I
fun,
say LeBron because at this point in his career, like I feel like he's just bored at this point.
Young LeBron, absolutely, but LeBron now.
He's
I'm
still
good.
very
He
athletic.
still is, but I'm good. Briefly, before we go, I do want to touch on the actual game. Steph Curry he made a 2-pointer, which upset me, but he was really close to hitting only threes, dropped 50 points. Guys, the NBA All-Star Game isn't that fun, but I do like the new Elam ending thing that they've been doing the last couple years. What's your take on the game? Like, I don't know.
It's just cool to see these guys do what they do.
Yeah.
Right? Like, just seeing Steph go crazy, seeing Giannis, like, be a bully in the paint,
My
seeing
favorite was
LeBron be
the-
unstoppable going to the rim.
The half-court shot where he turned around right as he shot it.
Right.
That's
That was
confidence
incredible.
right there. Yeah, no, just seeing all those players, like, kind of do what they're good at, it's fun to watch for me. And I love the Elam ending. Obviously, you don't have to focus in for the first 3 quarters. But once it hits the 4th quarter, it's
gets
good
good.
basketball.
It gets
Yeah,
good.
no.
They actually start playing defense in the 4th quarter.
It's pretty intense, and it's almost like a pickup game because then you can see like people are like picking who they want to guard, and that's like very entertaining because you have these all-stars that usually don't mesh well together or don't usually guard each other. They're guarding each other because there's like it's like a pickup game. So now they're like trying to get the dub at that point. But one person that kind of impressed me, obviously we already talked about him, is Ja Moran. I mean, he just went viral, so it's
So
like
good.
I mean,
It's amazing.
obviously like the dunk contest. I mean, the All-Star game in general was pretty entertaining in the 4th quarter. I mean, it was pretty standard in the first 3, but overall, I think LeBron closing it out in Cleveland, picture perfect ending.
Hey, he said that door's open for him going back. He also said he's going to play with Bronny. So, Bronny, congrats. You are now the most valuable draft pick in the history of the NBA. But that's all the time we have for this segment. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the Olympics. They just finished up and all that happened in Beijing. Stay with us.
versus Giants. Why? Because I am a New York Giants fan and I want my first pick of the week to be my team. I see an upset for the New York Giants this Sunday. Bet your entire savings, and I'm telling you right now, they're gonna win. I don't care what you say. It's gonna happen.
I have to go with the Raiders, I think, for this one. I don't see them losing.
Welcome back. It is now time for our primetime picks of the week, the best segment. I'm currently doing awful, standing at 16-10, Oklahoma State and Texas. I'm going Texas 35-27.
All right, Jeff, don't tell me your winner, but who is going to the Super Bowl?
The New England Patriots
Oh my gosh. Oh my
God.
and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
God.
The
Oh
NFL
my
is gonna
God.
the NFL is gonna make it happen.
Welcome back. We are now joined by Caleb Burge and Cliff Tumatel to talk about the Olympics, which just wrapped up 2 days ago. Kayla, how are you doing?
I'm actually really excited to be here. I think this is the first time I've been on a main show since it was the only show. So
Yeah, I mean,
I'm excited to be on.
Cliff, how are you doing?
I'm also excited to be on. This is my first time talking about the Olympics, so it's going to be great.
Yeah, and it was not the result the Americans were hoping for, coming fourth in medal count with 25 and fourth in gold medal count with only 8. I mean, just briefly, like, what were your takeaways from the American aspect of this? Because it was not what they wanted.
No, we are definitely a Summer Olympics country. Winter Olympics clearly not our thing, and that's okay. We'll come back in summer Paris and we'll show them up again.
Snow bad, right, Cliff?
Yeah, no, it's listen, like
bad.
we have to also like give them a little bit of a time because this team was the youngest in the tourney. You know, like only like all of them were NCAA players as well, and they started off great, 3-0, but again, it's just unfortunate happening. I mean, the last time they won a medal was back in 2010, which is a silver medal, and the last time they won a gold was like in 1980.
Yeah, so the last gold for the
Hockey.
men's hockey team was 1980. We haven't medaled since 2010. Like Cliff was saying, there were no NHL players in the Olympics this year, and that definitely, I think in a weird way, it made the hockey tournament as a whole more interesting because you had guys who were in the Russian professional league playing for Russia, playing for Finland. And Finland ended up taking it. They beat Russia to win gold, which was a big upset. It's Finland's first ever gold. But just talking about the Americans here, the American hockey team, Kayla, I mean, this is the third straight Winter Olympics and no medal for our men's hockey team. That's pretty embarrassing. NHL players are not.
It's embarrassing. The only excuse we have this year is that we didn't have any NHL players.
But neither did the other countries. That's the sucky
Right.
thing.
That's also true, yeah.
And I think, honestly, at the end of the day, it was a lack of experience playing at such a level. It went to a shootout with Slovakia, and they ended up losing. So I think, just experience, technicality issues in that sense. But I think they did a good job overall. Again, you're dealing with college players. They got a noise complaint at the hotel the next day. So what can you expect at the end of the day? But I think they did a great job for the experience that they had.
For sure. And now let's talk about Kayla's favorite human being, Chloe Kim. Kayla, I'm just going to give you the floor. She won gold in the women's halfpipe, now a 2-time gold medalist. Talk about Chloe Kim.
I love this woman. She is amazing. She is a beast. She had an almost perfect first run, scoring 94 points, and you get 3 attempts. So on her second 2, she said, why not? I'm already good. I'll do a 1260. She did not make those 1260s, which is just basically rotating in the air a bunch of times. But she did a really phenomenal job, ended up getting gold even with just her first run. So it was truly just amazing.
Yeah, no, Chloe Kim crushed it. Cliff, I want to come to you. Like, she's so young, too. Like, that's the crazy thing.
I know,
she's
that's
like our age.
It's ridiculous. I mean, like, first of all, she won the Olympic snowboarding gold medal at the age of 17. That's amazing. And right now she's like
she became the first woman in Olympic history to win back-to-back gold medals in that competition. That's absolutely amazing. And she's 21, people, all right? 21. You know what that means? It means her ceiling is still up there. She can still go beyond that. She has all these like accolades at that age. Like I'm 24. She's doing more than me.
Right.
I can't do like.
And she
how do you
said
do that?
she said she was having bad practices
Yeah,
too.
you come
up
up with
until,
bad practice and you're winning a gold medal after that. Like,
right. And if you like put it in perspective, if you look at the men's half pipe race,
Right.
no one really. You got a 94, I believe it was the kid from Japan who's absolutely phenomenal. He got a 94, or I believe a 96 even, because he was just that good. But no one was really getting to her level.
yeah.
Which
She
is just amazing. It shows you how just much of a beast she is in her sport.
So it's literally her year. I'm not even exaggerating it. In
Her
Chinese,
year, it's her Olympics,
exactly,
it's her
yeah.
sport. We're gonna see her in the half pipe,
Yep.
hopefully for a long time to
Yeah,
come.
I mean, like Chinese New Year is the year of the tiger, and she was born a tiger. So that young tiger is standing on top of the Beijing podium right there.
That was a bar.
That was.
That was a bar.
Put that
Hold
in
up.
the quotes.
Yeah, that was Cliff. That you killed that one, dog.
That's your highlight.
Now I want to talk about my favorite story in the Olympics, and that's Erin Jackson, the first black woman to ever win gold in a speed skating event and the first American to win gold in speed skating since 1994. Cliff, I want to throw to you. She almost didn't have a spot on the team, and then she comes and wins gold. I mean, talk about that.
Yeah,
That's just
I mean,
crazy.
well, first of all, it's always cool seeing a Floridian win a gold medal. I mean, like we always
Especially in something like speed skating. That's not
exactly,
Florida
yeah.
at
You know,
all.
us Floridians, we always get like a lot of like bad rep and all that. So seeing this it warms my heart. But like again, like you said, the first black woman to win that since like 1994. It's just absolutely incredible. And also, a big shout out to Brittany Bowe.
Mm-hmm.
She was the person who gave up her spot to let Jackson compete. And if it wasn't for her, we would not have even seen history. And
Yeah.
history has been made today. So again, a very amazing accomplishment that Erin Jackson did, and I wish her the best even more so.
For sure. And Kayla, I want to come to you. Like, Brittany Bowe, I mean, talk about
Yeah.
that, because that's hard to do.
Oh,
Saying,
yeah.
yo, I'm not going to go to the Olympics so the world number one can. That's a hard thing to do.
That's what I was literally talking to my mom about it last night, and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, but I would never do that."
Yeah.
And I wouldn't blame her for not doing it, but I think it just showed true character and how much she believed in her teammate and her friend. They've been longtime friends. So honestly, it's just, again, true character, a great sportsmanship, and we got a gold medal because of it. And Erin Jackson is a beast, and she has some roller derby background, so I think that might have helped with that speed skating, because that's anything. Maybe figure skating and speed skating is probably the only Floridian Winter Olympics we can maybe compete in, because we don't have anything else. We don't.
No, we don't. Florida in the Winter Olympics doesn't make sense in my head.
No.
But I'm going to throw an odd question at you
Okay.
guys. What is your favorite Winter Olympic sport to watch?
The half pipe.
Half pipe?
I agree. It's so elegant, but like so fierce to watch. I just love seeing it. It's fantastic.
You're both wrong. It's curling. Curling.
my
Curling is
Okay,
so
I'll give you that. Yes,
much
curling is fun to watch.
Like
It's
I forget
To
about
who?
I enjoy it.
who is it
I
fun
enjoy
to
it.
watch?
me.
I enjoy it. All right. I agree with our little.
I forget curling exists, and then every 4 years it comes back on. I'm like, yo, this is lit. They're sweeping ice. They're sweeping ice
They
and
get
throwing
really
big
intense
rocks.
with it. They're like, go, 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 go.
But the Americans let
funny.
me down. They were the defending gold medalists and then didn't even medal. But no, curling's fun. Curling's my favorite pick. Are you Cliff? Are you a Winter or Summer Olympics guy?
I always go with the summer.
Summer.
Summer. I just feel like it's like much more entertaining to watch. Not to say that Winter Olympics aren't entertaining, but I just feel like when I watch the Summer Olympics, I'm more engaged, and so are my parents too. They just love watching the Summer Olympics. And again, no disrespect to the winter, but summer is when my parents and I just start watching like all the time, every single time we watch it.
I think the timing of summer too, because most of the time you're at home with your family, you're watching, and Winter Olympics is during school and stuff. So I think that's it. But in my other life, I would be a Winter Olympian because I love it. I love the half pipe. Like I said, I love figure skating. It's exciting to watch, and it's dangerous.
That's why I like it. The Winter
Really?
Olympics.
Yeah, that's true.
The Winter Olympics
That
are the
is true.
crackhead sports.
Someone was
That is
saying
true.
they were like, at the Summer Olympics, you just got to worry about maybe a broken ankle. At the Winter Olympics, you have to worry about death.
Everything
Death.
else.
So,
Everything
Literally
else.
dead. Dying.
yeah.
Like the luge where they're going down like
Oh,
straight vertical on a turn.
they're going up to.
Like-
We looked at my
Jeez.
roommates and I looked it up. They go up to 90 miles an hour
Yeah, no.
on ice.
No, thank you.
That's
thank
again
you
death
indeed.
wishes.
Like,
but
I'm a-okay on luge. How do you get into luge? Like, who goes?
That's what I
want to
think
do
about-
that. Who goes, yeah, I want to try that. Then where do you go? Like, if you're in America, where do you go to lose?
No, I was thinking about that because I was like, I feel like I could do the monobob. I can't. I'm not athletic, but something in me is like, yes. And I'm like, where would I even, like, just show up? Like, where do I go? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Can't, like, go to a park and be like, yo, I'm gonna monobob today, you know?
How do you find out you're good at it?
That, too. How do you
Like-
find you're good at ski, like, the big jump?
No, these sports. Okay,
How
the
do you
Winter
find out
Olympics
you're good
sports
at it? I
are
don't even
so
know, man.
random. They are
don't
so
know.
random. That's the only thing. The Summer Olympics, like, makes sense, you know, track, gymnastics, but Winter Olympics are just the most random sports ever, and they're amazing.
like
but
I
like,
said,
how
it's
do
the
you find
crackhead
out?
sport.
Yeah, it is,
Like you
it
said, yeah.
It's the
Honestly,
crackhead
like
sport.
it's just I can't do it.
No.
I don't want to do it. I appreciate it, but that's not for me, man.
No. But that's all the time we have for this segment. We love the Winter Olympics because they don't make sense. When we come back, it's time to rant. Stay with us.
Welcome to the HTF Hot Wings Challenge. One of you guys actually do hot sauce like regularly?
No.
No.
It's like the least black thing I do.
Oh, wow, okay.
I say Johnny goes first on this one.
I agree.
No, the Buccaneers are going to play the Washington football team.
That can't happen.
It will happen.
I'm terrified.
No, I really hate it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. No. You're wrong. If it wasn't for Kanye jumping up on stage and doing that, I'm gonna let you finish, but no one will know Taylor Swift.
Nitro's dump truck. And if you don't know what I'm talking about,
Why is Nitro thick?
I don't know how many squats I need to do to get up like something like that, but I will do it.
Oh! Oh my God!
Baseball, obvious reasons. Babe Ruth, if you want to go currently. I feel like that's just like a thing.
he jumped off the wall to catch the home run. And had a we made it through all the way to the end. Thank you for joining us.
I'm never doing this again.
Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. It'd help if I could speak, right? It was a great show. For the rant this week, I want to talk about something that I haven't had the chance to talk about on here for the last month. That's Barry Bonds not getting into the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player of all time. Debate your mom, I do not care. And was a Hall of Famer before his alleged PED use. He was the first player with a 400 on-base percentage, 400 home runs, and 400 stolen bases. And first off, he's still the only player with all of that. And that was all before his alleged PED use began. I say allegedly because he never got tested by the MLB. The MLB let it slide because it was making baseball the most popular sport on earth during his prime. Barry Bonds did not cheat the game of baseball. Bud Selig cheated the game of baseball. He could have put an end to all of the PED use, but chose not to. The Hall's anger towards Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Sammy Sosa is unjustified because none of it was against the rules at the time. The Hall can't even say it was about PEDs anymore. David Ortiz made it in and he tested positive after it was against the rules. The only difference is that Big Papi is likable. David Ortiz was a media darling. He gave a passionate speech after the Boston bombing. And this isn't to say David Ortiz doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. He absolutely does. And look, I get it. Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens were both kind of jerks to the media members who then now vote for the Hall of Fame. The media members couldn't put aside their personal issues to elect the greatest hitter and greatest pitcher of all time into the Hall of Fame. Okay, Johnny, if you have it, put it on the screen. Hall of Fame, this is what you're leaving out. Bold means they led the league that year. Look, I'll let you pause the screen, I don't care. He has 66 bold categories in his career. Barry Bonds is one of the greatest athletes ever and will now not be in the Hall of Fame. It's a joke. Baseball's Hall of Fame is now without the all-time leader in hits in Pete Rose, the all-time leader in home runs and MVPs in Barry Bonds, and the dude with the most Cy Young awards in Roger Clemens. Congrats, Hall of Fame. You're a joke. You've made a mockery of my favorite sport. You are a joke. That's our show. Peace.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated champs, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make